Hey, it's NOOCH, and we all know that the recent space update was not quite too friendly to our dear friend Blacktron Dwayne. But how unfriendly was it, and how bad is he as an attacker? So we're going to compare him to some other attackers in Space Heroes. Then we're going to show a battle, and we're just going to take a low battle and kind of look at the stats and see what happens. We'll see. Maybe he'll surprise us. Maybe Blacktron Dwayne will show us that he's not quite as bad as we thought he was. Maybe. Okay, so first we've got Blacktron Dwayne here. Let's look at his abilities first. Let's do that. So his first ability, and NOOCH has got these leveled up as far as he's taken them for now, unless something happens in the future, but deals 80% damage to target foe and has an 8% bonus chance to critically hit each buff on the target foe. So for each buff, he has a plus 8% bonus chance. Got that. And we want to get him to critically hit because when we look at his passive, whenever he critically hits, he has a 60% chance to remove one buff from a random foe, somebody somewhere. Whenever he critically hits, if Quincy is an active hero, Dwayne gains critical damage up 1 for 2 turns. At the start of the battle, Dwayne gains 1% critical chance for each active space hero. So he's going to gain critical chance for the buffs on whoever he's attacking and 5% or 6% for the battle, depending on how many you got in there. You'd think this would go up to critical damage up 2 later on, but it does not. And then if we look at his second special, deals 125% damage to target foe, has an 80% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns. If they had 3+ debuffs, they're also inflicted with critical chance down. Again, I think before, if they had Dizzy, he put stun on him or something like that, or did extra damage. Can't remember what it was, but it seems like maybe he had a little bit more going on before, and there's not too many abilities there. That's reminiscent of Kelvin before the rework. We know Kelvin got an amazing rework. Blacktron Dwayne kind of maybe got a little bit of a nerf here for some reason. So let's take a look at his abilities. And so the main one we're going to look at is attack, because attack is what he does, and that's really what he is. He is an attacker. And let's see if we can compare him to some of our other space heroes as far as his attack goes. Because if he's an attacker on the space team, there's a couple. There's him and Reed, who are the attackers. Well, then they should be doing the most damage on the team, right? Now, we do have to take into account that Kelvin and Locust are 1 star higher. There's 6 stars, and Dwayne is 5 stars. But Cold and Quincy are 1 star lower. All the gear levels are basically the same. So let's take a look. So Dr. Kelvin has an attack of 1877. Reed 1707. Locust 1419. Dwayne 1259. Well, we got Commander Cold at 1093, but he's a 3 star. Quincy has a higher attack than him at a 4 star. Now, to be fair, let's see if Quincy will be adding grit and health there, attack there, and attack there. So Quincy's actually going to be adding even more attack through the star level. So he's definitely got more attack than Dwayne. Dwayne's got a little bit more attack through these last 2 nodes than Reed, but Reed's attack is 1700 compared to Dwayne's 1259. That's not strong. How about with other attackers? Let's compare Blacktron Dwayne to some other attacker characters if NOOCH can find the button. All right, so Spaceman Reed, we know it's about 1707. Actually, we don't need it, do we? No, we can't. All right. 1259, we know it's much lower. Here is 4 star Kai, 1777. Not surprising. We knew that was going to be high. 3 star Businessman is 1270, which is higher than Blacktron Dwayne. 5 star. Both the same gear level, but he's a 3 star. The Businessman has more attack than Blacktron Dwayne. Zane at 5 stars, same star level, same gear. No, actually 1 gear lower, has more attack. Garmadon has less attack, but he's a 3 star and 1 gear lower. And then we get into our scrubs. Oh no, we got Argenta, more attack, but is bigger for and high. Well, actually, 5 star, gear 5. Pretty much where we are, aren't we? 1622. So, yeah, Blacktron Dwayne has maybe the worst attack in the game. And honestly, when NOOCH looks at these stats, his speed is one of the lowest of the attackers. his grit is actually the highest. So you're not going to get as many debuffs on Blacktron Dwayne or whatever that's worth. That's all we got. We want to look at the, well, that's not all we got, but those are his abilities, and we compare them to other abilities, and it's not looking strong. Let's go ahead and we're going to go into a glyph hunt campaign. We're going to go low so that we can effectively use Blacktron Dwayne, because if we go too high, we know that we will struggle. So let's go into 5.2, and we're just going to take our space heroes. We're using the Galaxy Explorer, which gives, if 0 debuffs, it gives, and it has a chance, 20% chance to take away all the debuffs, and an extra 1% speed. Everybody else is in there. We are not putting Commander Cold in. He's at 4 stars, 3 stars right now. So honestly, we'll find a way to get him in here. But this right now is NOOCH's best team as far as space goes. So let's go ahead into this battle. What we're going to want to do is we want to try to get that critical chance up on Blacktron Dwayne. So we're going to use this basic to try to get critical chance up. And if we get that, we should get critical chance, more critical damage, and then we'll start seeing if he can do, maybe that brings his damage up to the level that Reed and these other guys are at as well. So, all right, we're going in. First, you want to get an ability block on old Headley here. Bring everybody some offense up. What now? What now? Let's go ahead. Guess we'll reduce some pep on Headley as well. Oh, whoa, whoa! Kelvin just wiped out Headley with it. That was not expected. Kelvin is awesome. She really is so much better. Okay, now here's one thing. We Reed has a 30% chance, getting critical chance up, and critical, if he has a critical hit, he's stunned. So let's see if we can get some critical chance up for Reed, although 2 buffs makes us want to use this. But we're not going to take Kelvin out, so let's try if we can get, there we go. We got critical chance up on Reed, so that'll help us stun maybe. Now we want to try to hit. We got 2 buffs on Kelvin. That gives a extra 16% chance to critically hit. We want to get a critical hit. We did not get a critical hit. He did 1143 damage, right? So let's pay attention to that. We know that Kelvin did like 3,000. Now she does 2,000. Let's go ahead and let's use Quincy's basic here. 1104. Locust basic, 1269. So we're actually comparable with Dwayne right now to a lot of these basics. Okay, we got critical chance up. Let's see if we can stun old Basil here. Critical chance. There we go. There's a stun. And that was like 2,400 damage, wasn't it? And NOOCH is kind of getting tied up. Okay, let's see if we can get that critical chance up. There we go. Our critical damage up. We have critical damage up now for Blacktron Dwayne. So we're hoping that we can really see what he can do. Maybe that critical damage up 1145 from Quincy. Kelvin's going to do 1,600. Locust at 978. So not exciting damage from the team in general. We don't want to blow Reed special till we get somebody who's got buffs, because he gets extra damage for the buffs. So these guys are all doing kind of minimal damage. All right. Let's go. We're going to use this special, which does 100 and... where are we? Row. 125% damage and 2492. So when you critically hit with that critical chance up, that's about 2,500. That's our second biggest hit of this match, NOOCH thinks. Go back over to Basil and see if we can get an ability block. There's 1,200. So we're actually seeing that maybe if you can get that critical chance up with Blacktron Dwayne, and he hits for a critical hit with that special, then maybe you're cooking with some gas. Maybe you're cooking with some gas there. Maybe we're giving a little much credit. We'll see. There's Quincy. Now, Quincy's special does 2,000 without any kind of, modifier. So that kind of tells us something right there, that Quincy's actually a bigger damage dealer than Dwayne is. Let's go ahead and use our special here. That should wipe him out, right? Because Kelvin did that. Yeah, 3691. Kelvin is just rocking the world. Okay, we're not getting many buffs. Let's go ahead and do Reed's special here, right? That's going to be his most 2153 without, well, you had an offense up modifier. Okay, so there again is Kelvin just rocking the world. Oh, whoa! Tell you, with offense up, this team is doing a fair amount of damage. So that was kind of interesting, actually. But it didn't look like, even when Blacktron Dwayne hit with those specials on it looked like everybody else was kind of doing the same amount of damage or more damage when they had specials. So really, his offense is so low, he doesn't really do anything else. Even like Spaceman Reed gains turn meter at the end of every turn for each space person on the field, space character. Let's take a look at that real quick, which makes NOOCH think. Let's see here. At the end of his turn, Reed increases his pep by 12% if there is another active space hero, and you can get that to 15 if you want to spend your green ability elixirs. So, and his critical chance is increased by 3% for each classic space hero. I'm not sure how NOOCH is going to be able to justify, once we get Commander Cold leveled up, not sure how we're going to be able to justify using Blacktron Dwayne on a space team when we get the master event here. Maybe there's some special ability he's going to get or something. NOOCH doubts it, but that's where Blacktron Dwayne is. His rework was actually kind of a nerf, and he didn't really need a nerf, but he got it. And we got some buffs, or some the other characters were really reworked in a positive way. So we'll be leaning on them in the future. Although NOOCH knows a lot of you out there really would like to use Blacktron Dwayne in more of a meaningful fashion. So maybe they'll come up with something in the future, but right now it's just not there. So unfortunately, while you're not using Blacktron Dwayne, you just have to keep in mind that NOOCH too good.